Hi everyone, in this video we are going to discuss about Syslog, which stands for system logging, and after this after this theoretical discussion we will move to Cisco Packet Tracer and we will try to use these commands in Cisco Packet Tracer. So Syslog is a protocol for sending and receiving log and event messages, and these event messages may come from different network equipment, for example routers or switches. And this may be due to some changes in this router. For example, if some of the links, let's say Ethernet links, goes down, then there will be some error message generated or some message will be generated, and then this message can be seen on some terminal directly connected with this router. Let's say using console port, we can see all these messages which are generated by some events. Or sometimes we would like to send these messages because we can have many network devices, and all of them might be generating these kind of messages. So in that case, maybe we would like to have a central server. We call them syslog server. So whenever some changes occurs in any of these devices, these messages should be sent to a central location called syslog server. And this was actually, the protocol was developed in 1980s for Unix systems. Now, if you want to enable this feature, then we have this command which we use in global configuration mode, logging console. And the logging console is a command which is used to enable or control the logging system messages to the console terminal. So this means, like, for example, this is a router or maybe some switch, and we are connected with a console port, and this is the user using console port is connected with this router. And if some changes, let's say some cable is unplugged from this port, then there will be an error message generated, and this error message can be sent on this console line. So this actually any changes because of maybe some interfaces changes or maybe debug out, they can be seen here. And this is specifically useful when we are having some real-time monitoring and we are physically connected with the router or switch. And then if you want to see, then we can use the show logging command, which is useful for checking history of events like interface, flags, or reboot. So whatever happened, these all things will be recorded in history, and we can use show logging command to see everything there. And we'll use this in Packet Tracer. And then these error messages can have different severity level, and the severity level, we have a table here. So you can optionally set the severity level like error, warning, or debugging. So different, like not all error messages have the same level of, say, like urgency or maybe severity level. So in Cisco, they have defined these different levels of severity from 0 to 7, and you can see level 0 severity level means these are some emergency messages and system is unstable. So this is maybe most serious types of error message. And then maybe number 1 is alerts, which is, it means there is something which needs immediate action. And then maybe level 2, we have some critical conditions. And at the level 7, we can see we have only debugging information. So that is only debug level messages. So it means smaller the numerical values are, more the critical syslog alarm messages are. And we can actually set that what severity level of messages can be displayed on this screen, on the console screen. So for example, severity level, if we set the severity level 3, that is errors. So we can use this command, and if we use this command, then only messages having severity level 3 and less will be sent to console screen. That's important. And then we can not only simply configure these logging messages to be sent on the console session. So these are real-time logs while physically connecting the devices. But we can also configure some syslog server, as I mentioned. So on the syslog server means whatever log messages are generated, we would like these messages to be sent to some server. So in this way, we can also send those messages to some server. Or there can be, and there is an internal memory in the router or switch. So what we can do is that we can use this command. So by this command, whatever log messages or error messages are generated, they will be saved locally, and they can be viewed with show logging command. And if we are connected using SSH or Telnet, with router or switch, we are connected with telnet or switches, then we can use this command, that is logging monitor. So by default, we cannot see those messages, and with this command, we are going to enable so that these log messages can be seen when we are connected using some virtual lines. Okay, so we can use any of these logging console, logging monitor. So you can see here we can have console, monitor, or buffered or host command here we can use. And then this is the message format. So when a message is generated on when a syslog message is generated, it has a specific format. So this is a general format. There can be other fields, for example, date and time can be shown here, which I haven't shown. But in general, what we will have very first field, that's, for example, here it is shown link. So this is known as syslog facility. Syslog facility actually is a service identifier. And in this case, it seems that this is the link, and there is some issue with the link. And the second field, and yes, there are many some example of common syslog messages or syslog facilities by Cisco devices is if means messages are generated by an interface. And if we see IP here in this field, it means the syslog messages are generated by IP, and this is the OSPF, then it means the message is generated by OSPF routing protocols. In this way, these are some syslog facilities, the very first field after this. And the second field, this 3 shows the severity level. So in the previous slide, we saw that we can have multiple severity levels from 0 to 7. So this field actually shows you the severity level. And then the third field shows the mnemonic of up, down. And this last field shows the description, that what kind of problem occurred. Okay? So interface port channel 1 change state to up. So that was the error message generated, or maybe information message generated. A syslog message generated.